Welcome back to another video. Now, this is going to be a bit of a different series, but still under the same principal concept as far as Linux. Uh, this is going to be more security based as far as what a typical cybersecurity analyst would use as far as Linux goes. There's going to be some standard query language as well included with the Linux series that I'm doing now with this one. So it'd be Linux and SQL. Now, what I'll be doing is I'll be using like an APT, an advanced package tool, and something else to install and uninstall applications as well in the Linux Bash shell. What I'm also going to be doing, and this is just a brief rundown of what to expect, I'll also be using some Suricata and tcpdump as an example, which I have done in other videos. And these are network security applications that could be used to like capture and analyze network traffic, of course. Now, the virtual machine I'm currently using, as you can see here, right, it's going to be a Debian-based distributor of Linux running, pretty similar to what I had in the prior series for just general Linux, right? And also, it'll be running a virtual machine that'll prevent damage to a system in the event like its tools are used improperly. And it also is going to give me the ability to revert to a previous state, which would be definitely helpful. And why I'm doing this is because typically as a security analyst, I'll need to know, of course, how to install and manage applications on the Linux OS. So I'll be showcasing exactly that. Now, I want to tie a scenario to this as well, and not just do an exercise, which I've historically done in my previous videos. I'll be acting as a security analyst, right, that has the Suricata and tcpdump network security applications installed on the system. What I'll have to do is install, uninstall, and reinstall these applications on my Linux Bash shell. And I also need to confirm that I've installed them correctly. So I'll be going through the steps of doing that to make sure everything is done properly. So let's go ahead and get started. And first, I'll be starting with making sure that the APT is installed. So first, what I'll do, I'll check that the APT is installed so I can use it to manage applications. And the simplest way to do this, of course, is to run the APT command in the bash shell and then check the response. So let's go ahead and get started. That's not how you spell it. Okay. All right, perfect. So let's go ahead and do that. Perfect. So now what it does is it just displays basic usage information when this is ran, right? And this includes the version information and the description of the tool, right? So APT is already installed by default in a Linux Bash shell in this particular environment that I have because this is a Debian-based system, right? So APT is also the recommended packet manager for Debian. Now, if someone may be using another distribution, right, like a different packet manager, such as like YUM, which I have went over in the previous video, what that is, may be available instead. So now what I'm going to do is install and uninstall the Suricata application. So to do that, I'll have to type in this command here. Okay, perfect. So now when I install an application with APT, the output is just going to display some details of all the software to be installed. Now, this may include sometimes additional applications, of course, that depend on the new software. And these additional applications are just called the dependencies of the software to be installed. So, of course, I want to continue. Let's hit yes there. Okay. Okay, it took my double Y. All right, perfect. So I see the progress is moving along pretty quickly there. So that's good. That's good. And then the second, I'll actually verify that Suricata is installed. Oh, there it is. Okay, perfect. Perfect. So now, because it's installed properly, right, it'll give us the version, the usage information, everything that's listed here pretty much after I enter the command Suricata. So I'm also going to use the APT package to demonstrate uninstalling Suricata as well. So I enter this command here. Pretty similar to what I used to install it. Just instead of install, it's remove. And of course, yes. Okay, perfect. So now I'm going to type in Suricata again. Then it should perfect. So with given that message, that means that it can't be found. So which means it has been successfully uninstalled. So now what I'm going to do is install the TCP dump application, right? So again, very similar, not they're pretty much the exact same um, command. You're just changing out what you're telling it to install. There it is. All right, perfect. That was that's super quick. All right, so now I'm going to use the APT packet manager to list all installed applications. So I'll use this command here. All right. And of course, this produces pretty much a long list of applications because Linux has a lot of software installed by default. And typically, you would be able to search through the list to find the TCP dump, or maybe towards the bottom. Is it? There it is. Install. Perfect. So I found the TCP dump application that I went ahead and installed. And of course, the Suricata app. It's not listed because I installed it, then uninstalled it. So we're good to go there. And speaking of Suricata, I'm actually going to reinstall it. I know it seems a bit redundant, but I just wanted to showcase installing and reinstalling. Perfect. So it should download again. All right. And then I'm going to use the APT packet manager again to take a look at all the installed applications. Perfect. And Suricata, there we go. How you doing, buddy? Welcome back. Suricata right there. Perfect. Now that it's fully installed, this brings us to the end of the video. Now I've showcased practical experience with the APT Packet Manager in Linux. Just for a brief recap, I installed applications, particularly Suricata and TCP dump. I also uninstalled applications, in this particular case, Suricata. And I also listed the application, the installed applications, as you can see here as well. Now I'm able to, or at least showcase that I'm able to manage installed applications within Linux. So it's the end of the video. Hope to see you in the next one. Until then, stay curious, stay secure.